Breathing, remembering source from whence we came, the all, source chose expression as each and all of us, as you. Breathe and sink into the fullness of this understanding as we heighten awareness of the energetic body, allowing the mind, divine mind, to address all issues in the body temple, in the emotional body, and the energetic sheaths around the physical body, knowing divine mind is perfect and all it produces is perfect. Bring awareness to the feet. And the whirling vortices of light in the feet. Chakras in the feet. Energy centers for moving forward. Clearing and cleansing all issues with regard to the feet, with forward movement, with going forth, with stepping out boldly, with going on the hero's quest. See these whirling vortices of light far beyond the feet, energizing, activating divine forward movement, powering self from within, using divine energy as a propellant, drawing awareness up to the ankles, vast chakras centered at the ankles, far beyond the ankles, allowing ease of movement in the joints, powering flexibility, complete and total motion, freedom of movement, ease, flexibility for walking through airports, for walking to your destiny, for walking on stage, ease of movement. You move like butter, smooth. Drawing awareness up the shins to the knees, where vast vortices of light, knee chakras, power, flexibility, movement, motion, alignment. See, feel, know, experience these vast vortices of light emanating from deep within the knee, extending far beyond the physical body. This is your energetic system. Giving awareness to it allows the conscious mind to understand what has been present all along and reconditions the subconscious mind for divine mind, ridding the body of anything other than perfect divine health, perfect movement, perfect peace, youthfulness, vitality, vigor, sexiness, ease of movement, ease, smooth, happy knees. Feel the tingle of divine energy coursing through the knees. Experience the knees all lit up. Drawing awareness up the thighs to the hips. Great, vast vortices of light, energy centers swirling at the hips, cleansing, clearing, aligning, restoring, rejuvenating, perfecting, invigorating. This is divine energy, and we are becoming aware and actively, intentionally tuning in to what is always here, always has been, always will be. This divine circuitry deserves our loving attention each day and our remembrance of self as a divine being, walking about with an avatar, a body, remembering at all times you are not a body, you have a body. Drawing awareness up to the shoulders and the vortices of light emanating from the shoulders. At the same time, breathing and relaxing the shoulders down. These great vortices of light in the shoulders eliminate anything unlike love. Focusing awareness in the shoulders, seeing, feeling, knowing, experiencing these great energy centers extending far beyond the body temple. Allowing complete flexibility, ease of movement, smooth move, mastery. Drawing awareness now to the elbows, vast vortices of light, extending far beyond the body temple, emanating in and beyond the elbows, full of light, affording great flexibility. All these joints are happy, moving freely in their full range of motion. All is well. Bringing awareness to the wrists, perfect motion, perfect unfoldment, perfect flexibility, divine perfection, perfect movement, perfect peace. Bring awareness to the palms of the hands, where we become aware of the healing energy, the current pulsating, emanating from deep within the hands, whirling vortices of light, healing power, extending far beyond the hands, magic. As you've seen in all the shows, we know the hands carry magic and healing energy. Feel the tingle, the power, the surge, the rush of energy through all these chakras, open, bringing awareness to the back of the neck, where the head and the neck meet, body floating above the head, neck elongated. All but love is released out of the neck. Perfect forward, backward, side to side, and twisting motions. All full range of motion. And now, being aware of the 13 chakras at the articulations of the body, 2 at the ankles, 2 at the knees, 2 at the hips, 2 at the shoulders, 2 at the elbows, 2 at the wrists, and 1 where the head meets the neck. These 13 chakras align with the 13 moon calendar. 13 moons in each year, 13 tones, and 13 chakras connected to the 13 moons. You are a cosmic being after all. And becoming acutely aware of the 4 chakras, 2 in the feet, 2 in the hands. These 4 chakras powering forward and healing, fulfilling destiny, and making magic. And breathe. And bask in the glow of these fully lit up energy centers extending far beyond the body temple. You are an energy being. We are becoming aware of the hundreds of chakras in and around the body temple, including all the energy points at all the organs and in all the organs. Vibe higher. Feel good. Tell yourself, feel good. I feel good. Feel good. Feel good now. Feel good in every moment. Returning to the blissful state of the one, we are instantly in joy, peace, and perfection, divine perfection. And we breathe in the stillness. Before opening our eyes, we will provide more connection with spirit realms. Drop your chin to your chest. And roll your head around to the right. Slowly, slowly, slowly. A master never rushes. Drop your chin to your chest and roll your head around to the left. Slowly, 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 touching all 4 points and the 4 points in between. Head floating above the body easily and gently. Now turn your head around to the right. Turn, 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 turn. Wonderful stretch in the neck. Turn, turn, turn to look behind you. Stretching the neck, twisting around gently. And bring head to center. And turn your head to the left. Turning around to look behind you. Wonderful flexibility in the neck. Turn, turn, turn. And bring the head to center again. And we open our eyes. Slowly look down first, and slowly raise your gaze. Slowly opening your eyelids. Gentle with yourself. Kind to you. Loving to you. And at peace. Perfect peace. And breathe and stretch. Stretch. Doesn't that feel great? It's a new day. It's a new day. Good morning, Queen Vashti. How you loving?
Good morning. I'm loving well. How are you loving?
Oh, magnificent. Magnificent. I am I'm enduring in order to enchant. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm enduring in order to enchant. How you loving?
I'm loving well.
Delicious. Delicious, delicious. That's alive from my Galactic Signature. All right, let's begin with our Course in Miracles lesson 86.
Mhm.
Screen share. You can pick up the blue book. It looks like this. Or, and if you do buy it, please do buy it from here, the Foundation for Inner Peace. All good if you buy it from from Amazon too. This is the scribe authorized publisher of A Course in Miracles since 1975. There are many versions of many Course in Miracles out there, and it's great to go to the Foundation for Inner Peace and for any organization that is extending peace from to all minds, as the Foundation for Inner Peace is doing. And while you're there, by all means donate if it is in your inspiration to do so, and if A Course in Miracles is feeding your life as it is mine, deeply feeding my life. Lesson 86. Remember, family, remember to always, always, always bless all the places where you receive spiritual food. Always, 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 as part of our spiritual walk. Generosity and giving and sharing is a sign that we have money and that we're rich. And with that, much appreciation to the thousands upon thousands of beautiful, amazing subscribers on the YouTube channel at valerielovetv.com, and the YouTube subscribers, the thousands of YouTube subscribers at Christian Witches TV on YouTube, and to the thousands of incredible people that at some point in time said that they would love to be connected with me on YouTube, on Facebook, at the Reverend Valerie Love Facebook fan page. We appreciate you and all of the beautiful beings on Clubhouse. I am in a whoosh of appreciation, appreciation, appreciation of all of you, appreciation for all of you for being here every morning, appreciation for all the members of the Christian Witches club on Clubhouse. You can tap the club at the top, tap the little green house at the top and connect with the club. Bring your love and your energy and your sharing and your soul. And we love that you're here every morning. We love you. You are loved. You are appreciated. Lesson 86. These ideas are for today, are for review today. This is a good reminder for me when I get into the idea of hatching a plan. Tell yourself, lesson 71, only God's plan for salvation will work. Tell yourself that. It is senseless for me to search wildly about for salvation. It's senseless, it's senseless. I have seen it in many people and in many things, but when I reached for it, it was not there. I thought when I got this new job, it would be so amazing, but it was not there. I thought that when I got this new car, I would be so happy, but 3 months, 6 months later, the new car smell wore off. It's not there. I'm still not fulfilled. I thought it was going to be when I climbed the corporate ladder and I became into the C-suite, and I thought it was going to be so happy and so successful. Finally, I've arrived in it. It's not there. I thought once I became a tenured professor, that's going to do it. I'm going to be, set for life. It's not there. I thought that when I thought when we got married, it would straighten out everything in this relationship. It's not there. I thought that when I piled up this much money in my bank account and got this much Bitcoin and this much crypto and this much and this much passive income, I thought I would just be so happy and fulfilled. It's not there. I was mistaken about where it is. I was mistaken about what it is. I will undertake no more idle seeking. Tell yourself, I will undertake no more idle seeking. Seeking, seeking, seeking in vain. When do we stop doing all that seeking? Only God's plan for salvation will work. We're not talking about a big sky God. We're talking about infinite source here, there, everywhere. The infinite field. We all live it. Give up the idea that God is a person. And I will rejoice because his plan can never fail. Today is a day to rejoice because the plan can never fail. Today is a day to rejoice, to come home, you're fully lit up, you're fully happy, you're actualized. You can come home, you're rejoicing because you're no longer looking outside yourself for any happiness, for any salvation, for anything. These are some suggested forms for applying this idea specifically. God's plan for salvation will save me from my perception of this. You see, God has a plan. And the plan is for me to be perfectly happy. That's the plan. To save me from hell, which is in my own mind, because of all the grievances I keep holding and all the stories I keep making up about other people and about what happened to me. All of them is a big pile of grievances. They're hiding the light. They're keeping me in the darkness and all my so-called perpetrators, all the people who perpetrated some crime upon me, upon my person. All of these that have not forgiven become piled up grievances that are blocks to light, cause disease in the body, blocks in the money, bad relationships, miscommunications, feeling misunderstood, health issues, and not the most horrific part of it, not living your destiny on this planet, not stepping up to do what you came to do. Oh, God's plan for salvation will save me from my perception of this. See, I have a perception of it. It's not saying that I don't have a perception of it. I have a perception of it. I think it's bad. I think it's very bad. I have a judgment or many judgments. No, this is bad. This shouldn't be happening. I don't like it. Oh, wait a minute. I understand that my perceptions are false. I do not know what anything is for. Lesson 1, I do not understand anything I see. Lesson 1 or somewhere in the first 5, I don't understand anything I see. That's because we had to tell ourselves the distinction between perception and vision. Vision is with your eyes closed, third eye open. Perception is with your eyes open, and this person looks black, and that person looks white, and that person looks Chinese, and this person is tall, and this person is short, and I don't like those people, and I don't like that country, and I don't like those food. These are all perceptions. Can we understand, family, that the Course is not asking you to not have your perceptions quite yet? It's saying that you recognize that there is a plan that will save me from my perception, which would mean you would have gotten to the point by day 86 that you are ready to let vision replace perceptions. Because, oh, we're married to our perceptions. We've believed them a long time. We've believed things about white people for a long time. Perceptions, faulty and problematic, because they root us in the only problem, separation. We believed things about Chinese people. You listen to politics and they say China is the problem. Or you listen to war and geopolitics, Russia is the problem. These are all faulty perceptions. Let me close my eyes, go to vision, go within my mind, forgive everything, and then I will see no war. And I will bring light to all minds through my mind. So it's not saying that you won't have perceptions. This is a very important distinction. It says God's plan for salvation. It's just that I'm going to remind myself in the middle of my perceptions, my faulty perceptions, my judgments about other people, including myself, that I am a body and that I don't have a body, that I am a body. And that if you slap my face, you slapped me. You didn't slap my face. That's why Christ was telling you that if someone slaps you on one face, turn the other cheek, because you understand they're slapping the body. Do not be a fear of those who can destroy the body and cannot touch the soul. A person who gets slapped and turns the other cheek, they know that you're slapping a body. You're slapping an avatar. You're slapping the coat that I put on and I take off. That's not the real you. So we're acknowledging the perception, and we're acknowledging that we need to be saved from our perceptions. You see, this one sentence tells us a lot. God's plan for salvation will save me from my perception of this. It didn't say God's plan for salvation will make all these people change so I can be happy. It didn't say God's plan for salvation will change them and change these circumstances so that I can just be at peace and rest. It doesn't say that. First, it acknowledges that God has a plan. Oh, well, let me go. First, the sentence starts with God's. Let me first go to quantum field. Let me first go to source. Source's plan. Source, which is perfect. Source, which is everywhere all at once. Source, which is the all. Source, which is infinite in wisdom and power and love. Source, which is love. Source has a plan. For what kind of plan? For salvation. To save me from hell. The hell I put myself in with my mind. These are not places. And so I've got to acknowledge that Source has a plan for me. And this universe is not, Albert Einstein, I believe, was the one who said, the only question you have to answer is, do I live in a friendly universe? And this would be the same exact thing. He said it in scientific terms. This would be the exact same thing as understanding that you are one with the all. Because if you live in a friendly universe, then you know that everything is always working for you, and that everything loves you, and that everything is helping you, and that everything is a ladder, and everything is for your ascension, and everything is lovely for you. You would not believe in againstness at all, which means you would not believe in any separation. Albert Einstein said the exact same thing. Of course, Miracle says, if we know how to critical think and read between the lines and intuit, what are people talking about? So we would have to understand that source, this great universe, love, the thing that's making everything go, the thing that's holding everything in itself, the field, which is sublimely perfect. And anytime we go to the field, it's complete bliss. It's simply energy. And the nature of this energy is love. You block the energy, you have a problem. You tamp down on the energy, you have a problem. Yeah, you're just letting the energy flow. None of us created it. We're simply flowing with the energy and allowing the energy to flow. So we understand that Source has a plan for salvation. And what is the plan of the universe? The plan of the universe is for everything in the universe to be perfect and harmonious, happy and fulfilled. That is the plan. Now, I, on the other hand, have a mind that has in it illusions of separation. And I'm over here and someone else is over there. Illusions of separation, which is the only problem. Well, I am now acknowledging that I need to be saved from my mind. I don't need to be saved from other people. And that there is something that will save me from my mind. And that is the plan of this universe. Will save me from my mind, my perception. Where is my perception weaved like a blanket? And then I throw it over myself so I can't see nothing. I cannot see anything when I weave perceptions into a blanket about everyone and everything in this whole world. Remember, your mind has made a decision about everyone and everything in the whole world, including cars, and what kind of houses you like, and what kind of clothes you wear. Your mind has decided about all these things. Your mind has billions of perceptions weaved together in a big blanket thrown over my head, and I cannot see. I'm in the dark. I need to be saved from that. So I will go to divine mind within me, to the higher mind, to true self, also known as higher self, source, and remove the blanket. This is no exception in God's plan for my salvation. So when I'm looking at something, I'll say, this is not an exception, because we love to try to make exceptions, loopholes. There are no loopholes. The contract is tight. It's airtight. You cannot poke a hole. You can't find a loophole in God's plan for salvation. It doesn't exist. It's airtight. It's perfect. Don't need to improve on it. It's perfect. Let me perceive this only in the light of God's plan for salvation. Let me perceive this. Now we're going to use perception for our benefit. Instead of using perception against us, we're going to say, okay, when I'm looking at it, how about I look at it in a way that is only in the light of God's plan for salvation? I'm going to shine the light on this, which means when I perceive it differently, it means change my mind, change your mind. Lesson 72, we are reviewing, by the way. If you desire to review lesson 71, go to that lesson. It is available to you on 4 platforms in this community and many other places beyond that. Get it however it works for you. By all means, get it. 72. Holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. So first we were told that only God's plan for salvation will work. Then we are warned. Here comes the warning. Holding grievances is an attempt to prove that God's plan for salvation will not work. Wow, I've been attacking the plan that's trying to save me. Yeah, only his plan will work. Only the universe's plan will work. By holding grievances, I am therefore excluding my only hope of salvation from my awareness. You see, there's only one thing that will work. So if you are in the ocean and they throw you a life preserver, and that's the only thing going that's going to save you from the ocean, and you ignore it and you take out a knife and you stab the preserver and let it float to the bottom of the ocean, that is an attack. That's what we've been doing. We've stepped, somebody sent us a little boat. We fell off the cruise ship. We're in the ocean, don't know how to swim, drowning. Someone threw us a life preserver with the rope on it, and we stabbed it and we cut the rope, and the thing blew off. And now I'm still drowning. Why am I drowning? And then one day you come into A Course in Miracles and you say, oh, I'm having some awarenesses. Here for 86 days, you may have had thousands of awarenesses by now, possibly. We have been attacking God's plan. We've been attacking the only thing that will save us. because we've been siding with the ego and holding on to our grudges, grievances, dislikes, judgments, blame, fault, wrong, right, wanting to be right, wanting the other person to be wrong, wanting to keep arguments going. And why? To be unhappy. I'm going to attack the life preserver. I'm going to cut it to shreds. And I'm going to snip the cord that they were going to use to pull me in and save my ass. I'm attacking that. I would no longer defeat my own best interest in this insane way. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I would no longer defeat my own best interests in aligning with this great universe of life, the whole cosmos. I will no longer defeat my own best interest in this insane way. This is insanity. We can see very clearly that it is insanity. I would accept God's plan for salvation and be happy. I would accept God's plan for salvation and be happy. Specific, here are your bullets. Here's your ammo. You need ammo. Just in case something arises on the third dimension that requires you to respond with the appropriate response. You're in the game. Someone might throw you a curveball in the game. Here's what you do when you get a curveball. Third dimension is a game. Specific applications for this idea might be in these forms. I'm choosing between misperception and salvation as I look on this. Okay, I'm choosing between misperception or salvation. I can either choose my own salvation or I can choose to stay stuck in my own mind. If I see grounds for grievances in this, if I see a reason to be mad, a reason to be upset, a reason to be irritated, I will not see the grounds for my salvation because my perception is telling me to be mad when the salvation plan is right here. I could be happy even in this. Which one would I choose? This is where you become a spiritual gangster like Viktor Frankl, who was in a concentration camp known as Auschwitz, and cruel, inhumane treatment where they dug graves every day, not knowing if they were going to be knocked into it or not. The only way he was able to survive, and with the anguish of not only them having his body, having killed his wife, pregnant wife, and his entire family, and they now had his body where he was conscripted into forced labor every day. Do you see that in that place he came to understand freedom versus liberation? Because he said liberation means that you can walk about. I didn't have my liberty because they had my body. He said I had my freedom because they didn't have my mind. Ha ha! That's where you become a motherfucking spiritual gangster. Your mind. He still had freedom. He still had his freedom. And he got out of there. He demonstrated his freedom. He got out. And he wrote a book, Man's Search for Meaning, where he told you his experiences in the concentration camp. And you would think that if you were in the concentration camp, you have the right to grievances. That's common sense. That you would have the right to the grievances of all German people. All German people didn't do that. That you would have the right to grievances for the German people that did do it. That you would have right to grievances for the people that come and accost you every day. That you would have the right to grievances for all of the people that came and rounded up all the people and put them on the trains and took them there. That you would have the right to grievances for the person who was driving the train. You should know not to drive a train full of human cattle. You should know that. You would have the right to grievances for everything and everyone associated with that. That's common sense. Or is it? Because he found it. He found the key. He had a realization. He called it logotherapy. He realized something. He realized the exact same thing our beloved Madiba realized, Nelson Mandela. Huh, wait a minute. They have my body, they don't have my mind. Ah, I really am free. Ah, I can forgive it all. He walked out with no grievances and became the president of the place that had enslaved him. And while he was in there, conscripted also to forced labor, breaking rocks, 20 over 2 decades, 20 some odd years before they realized, oops, we shouldn't have done that. Okay, you're free to go. Sorry. You would think that it would be okay. We would excuse if you told that story forever. If Nelson Mandela came out and wrote a book about how they beat him, or how they tossed him into a tiny cell, and all the work he had to do every day, and he was still angry, people would buy that book by the millions. Wow. That wasn't the story he told. That wasn't the story he told a story of forgiveness. He said, I realized that when I walked out of there, if I had not forgiven my 20 something years of grievances, my decades of grievances, yeah, I would have liberty. I wouldn't have freedom. He said, I would have still been imprisoned. Understand the distinction between the real world. You see, Nelson Mandela and Viktor Frankl found the real world. The real world is inside. The real world is the kingdom of heaven. The real world has nothing to do with your body. While your stunt double, your avatar, your body is somewhere. Who cares where it is? Doesn't matter. Your consciousness is not limited to a body. Your consciousness is infinite. Use that infinite consciousness. Use it. So what they realized, that they couldn't even hold grievances against their captors, because then their consciousness wouldn't be free. And the only thing that you can work with is your consciousness. The next application you could use, if temptation comes up, the course calls temptation when something happens in the third dimension and you want to slip back into anytime you want to slip into ooh, 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 that was a temptation. Let me catch myself. And let me say, this calls for salvation, not attack, which is another way of saying this calls for love and not attack, which is another way of saying this calls for me to be my divine self and not attack. That is lesson 86, a review of 2 ideas. Lesson 71, only God's plan for salvation will work. And lesson 72, holding grievances is an attack on God's plan. Thoughts, comments before we go into our delicious discussion with Divine Lady Ninhursag, Queen Vashti? Thoughts, comments, family? Thoughts, comments? What are you getting from this review? Queen Vashti, you can go first. Welcome, Queen
Good
Vashti.
morning. Good morning. Yeah, I've been fighting against God's plan, and it just, the realization has comes to me like, this could have been great. This could have been so easy. What are you doing? You're fighting against the plan that it's going to save you. Uh, these grievances, holding these grievances and these ideas that you made up in your head. I mean, I'm coming along, but there were times that I could create a whole story and um, you know, have supporting evidence that I made up, supporting evidence, and believe through and through that I was correct. And where did that get me? Uh, it didn't do it wasn't worth it. I could have chosen salvation, which is available to me at all times, and which is the God's plan. Yeah, that was a wake up there, um, that I've been fighting God's plan, and I don't want to do that
Pretty
anymore.
shocking, isn't it, that I've actually been attacking the only thing that will save me? It's
The
pretty,
only thing that would save you,
the only
and this
thing.
And the wrath, that really kind of drove it home, like, God's plan is the life preserver, and they throw it out to you, and you just ripped it to shreds. And now you're talking about save me, I'm drowning. Yeah, that was really good. I liked it.
That was my life. All of my 20s was that life.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
life.
So
Mhm.
it this course really breaks things down in a way, in the lamest terms, so that we can grasp it and understand that there's nothing else, there's no one else, it's only us. And yeah, you can live in bliss daily. Really, if you take this and absorb it, you can live in bliss daily, because no matter what's going on, I mean, you describing the situation at Auschwitz with the that's his name, Frankel,
Yes, Viktor Frankl.
Viktor
Mhm.
Frankl, and then Mandela, and of course there are other stories that we know, and we have our own stories, quote unquote, but they're just stories. And even in the midst of those stories, we can find happiness, we can have salvation. Uh, I know that's the only way I kind of made it through sometimes, was just to find that little piece of happiness, which I didn't know at the time was salvation, that was assisting me to get through it. So you don't have to have just that little glimmer of hope. You can have all of it. You can have all the bliss, and understand that, these are just grievances. These are just my perception of what is happening. Is this true? No, it's not true. I can have bliss daily through salvation. Yeah. I like
Mm.
it. I love it. It's great.
It's setting us free.
Yes.
It's setting us free.
Yes.
Mhm. Any of the mods have anything you want to share on these review of these two lessons? And then we'll get into a couple of questions I had for Queen Vashti about Peru and her Peru adventures. So, mods in Clubhouse.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
I always love the reviews. So, um, definitely God's plan for salvation is the only one that will work. And it's amazing how many plans I have concocted over my lifetime. And even though I know this and I still concoct plans, I realized I just won't do that anymore. I get visions, ideas, inspirations, but never a plan, because I know that they don't work. And I remember you talked about, how do you know you're hatching a plan? Well, number one, you get all excited about it. And then you start assigning roles to people. Oh, you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. And when I find myself doing that, and I realize, boy, I'm hatching a plan, that's when I stop in the middle and like, oh no, this is a plan. This is not going to work. Let's just see what unfolds. So, I love this lesson. Definitely is an important one to remember, because we're always hatching plans. I think we're just so creative. We just like hatching plans, and they will not work. Only God's plan. It really makes sense to sit down and meditate and find out what that plan is and go for it, as opposed to coming up with things that will sure fail. So that's all I really had to say today. I really love that lesson. I can't wait for this conversation. Good morning, Queen. And good morning, other mods, and to the room as well. I'm complete.
God morning, Queen.
And you know what's funny? That is when I stopped getting excited when I read that in ACIM. Because I used to get so excited, get excited. Oh, we're so excited, excited. We love excitement, right? When I read in A Course in Miracles, that's where I got that from. When I read in A Course in Miracles that you can tell when you're hatching a plan other than God's plan, Like, you get your books and you start writing in your journal, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And when I do this and when I do that, oh, so and so can watch the kids. Yeah. And you get your pencil, you got your pen and you're like, uh-huh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, this is good. You know that feeling? Oh, it's titillating. You know that feeling? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fear. Yeah, that's fear. That's fear. That's where I learned that that was fear from ACIM. And it said that they're very specific because the course makes everything clear that we're doing, doesn't it? It makes it clear. And it says,
Absolutely.
doesn't it? It doesn't leave questions. It doesn't leave questions. If you read it and meditate on each sentence, each word, you will have zero questions. You will just change your mind. That's all you'll do. Well, it said when you're hatching a plan and the plan is not going to work. How many times did you do that in your journals? I got books full of plans. How many of them came to fruition? Exactly the way you wrote it down. Zero. How many of them? And how long did that take? And then you'll come up with a reason why it didn't work. A very logical reason. Not, oh, it's not God's plan, so it's not going to work. No, no, no. It didn't work because I didn't have enough money. So this time when I do it, you're going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to put more money in. Or this time I'm going to change this part of the plan. The whole thing is trash because it's not God's plan. And it's actually me ripping up the life preserver, stabbing it, and cutting the cord that would get me back on the ship. Because the only plan that's going to work is God's plan. And that's when I calmed myself the fuck down. Calm down. Because excitement is all up here. Calm yourself. Take a breath. And what's really going on? And when I came into source, that's when I felt different. It felt like enthusiasm. It felt like awareness. It felt like connection with the whole. It didn't feel like me thinking and making up something. That's why I'm going to do a video about the distinction between demonstration and manifestation. That came to me yesterday because people are still in manifestation when they really want to be in demonstration. Let's talk to, and I'm going to post that probably today. I'm going to do a short on that, and I'm going to post it on my Instagram and YouTube. If you're not connected with me, if we're not connected, let's connect. And if you're not connected with people in the room, connect with them. On Clubhouse, they always say, follow the mods, follow the mods. I say, connect with everyone that you feel inspired to connect with. Connect, okay, and engage. Now let's go to Queen Vashti. Queen Vashti.
Good morning again.
Come on. So
How was
talk to us. You went to Peru. We want to hear
Yes,
about your Peru adventures.
Peru
Wow,
was
did you have some
amazing.
adventures in Peru? What
I did.
what
I
happened?
we I had a wonderful time in Peru. Um, Peru was very, very interesting. But of course, before you even get there, once you say yes, of course, resistance starts doing what it does.
Okay, we should probably tell people why you were going to Peru. So we have the Peru ayahuasca experience as we do
Mhm.
every so often. I don't know when the next one is yet. His spirit will tell us, and the mother calls us. So this is all being guided. Family, stop asking questions. And the next person that asks the question about where the hotel is for the Christian Witches Convention, you're going to pay for all our hotel rooms.
Oh,
We're going to make you pay for all our hotel rooms because you're not patient and not aligned. Okay? Stop fucking asking questions. Stop it. You ought to be meditating. That's what you ought to be doing. You ought to be bringing the magic into, not asking, what we doing? Where we going? What we going to do? Does that look like mastery? Stop it. I'm coming for you. If I see one more question in soul excursions, about anything like that, where are we staying? I'm coming for you. Now that's your warning. That's your warning shot over the head. because that's not mastery. And we are not here every single morning to still act like muggles. It's mugglish. We're not here every single morning being masters to act like a muggle. Wait a minute, how do you do this? How do you? Somebody asked a mugglish question in the Discord the other day for Ascension. I didn't even answer it. I don't answer muggle questions. Somebody else did, though. That's very kind. Stop being a muggle. This is a magical community. Step into your magic, into your power. You ought to be meditating and saying, oh, here's my suite. You ought to be creating your suite from inside yourself, not looking for something outside yourself. This is the exact thing we're talking about. This is the exact thing we're talking about. Okay? Trust. God has a plan. God already knows where you're going to stay. God already knows what you're going to do. God already knows what you're going to eat. God already got you. Stop asking fucking questions. All right? Oh, Alina. It's Alina's birthday. Everybody said birthday love to Alina.
Alina.
That's how you roll when you come on a soul excursion with us. When you come on a soul excursion with us, it's not about asking 29 million questions. Go with the flow.
Yes.
That's why it's such a transformational experience. So we're going to the it wasn't a Christian Witches Convention, though you were at the Christian Witches Convention also. We're talking about going to the Peru experience. So,
well, I had heard about ayahuasca years ago, and I knew that that was the mother calling me because I was just so intrigued with it, and I knew it was a call from the mother. But it took time for me to get to Peru.
How long would you say from the first time you heard the call? For me, it was
probably about 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Before I actually stepped on the soil in Peru. It was probably about 6 years. It could have been more, but I think about 6 years is right. So
why did you not just order some ayahuasca on Amazon and drink it in your house? Why did you go to Peru? I mean, going all the way to Peru. Why did you do that?
Because God didn't tell me to just do that.
That wasn't God's plan for salvation.
That wasn't God's plan for salvation. No, who knows? I would have got some kind of juice or something from who knows where. No. I wasn't going to do that. Although, I was on my plan. Now I was searching and searching and searching, and then somehow I knew, okay, just stop. Just stop searching. It'll come. Don't worry. And I had pretty much forgotten about it by the time you went to Peru on your first journey. And of course, I wanted to go because I was like, oh my God, yeah, this is it. That wasn't the time. And as we're going through this spiritual journey and everything looks so delicious, we have to remember that these things will appear to you and come to you when you're ready for them. Yes. So the first journey, I was not there. I believe it was the second or third. Was this the third journey? The last one we went? Was that the third?
Right. Experience.
Yes. Yeah. That was your third. Yes. Okay. So the first time.
That was the third, because the first one, Spirit took me and Wiz there.
Yes.
And then we led the retreat the year after, and then the year after, and the year after.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't even make it for the second journey to Peru. The third journey, three is a charm. So I was able to, my mind and my spirit and my body was right for the third journey. We have to understand that we're being prepared for what is coming. And when it's your time, then things will fall in line. Things will fall in place because, of course, Dr. B was there and Coach Michelle and all my sisters were on the trip and I wasn't on the trip. And yeah, you're looking at everybody and like, I wanted to go.
Yeah, so, as you said, it wasn't your moment.
It wasn't my time. It wasn't
Mhm.
my time, and my mind and my body what had not been prepared for the trip yet. So we
Because
get
Peru is arduous
yeah,
physically.
Peru. We're still. I know I am still integrating Peru.
Mhm.
And
Here we are
Peru was a
call
year
how
ago.
much? It was a
It
year
was a,
ago.
it was a year ago. So
Wow.
I'm still integrating Peru, as well as I know some of the other sisters that were on a trip. Oh, well, a brother was there too. So some of the other participants that were on the trips may be still experiencing the results of Peru. So it was a wonderful trip, but it started prior because my beautiful queen, Dassa, she says, "Oh, lady, I want to go to Rainbow Mountain.
Oh,
Will you
Rainbow.
come to Rainbow Mountain with me?" And I'm
Oh.
a Sagittarius and I love adventure.
I just have to pull up Rainbow Mountain for them while you're
Yeah,
talking. Continue.
I
Uh-huh.
love Rainbow Mountain. I mean, I love adventure. I'm a Sagittarius. All you have to do is say the word and I say, let's do it. That's just how I roll. So, so I'm in
Okay.
agreement.
Look at
I
that.
get I get to Peru first. Uh, I want to get there. I want to, feel things out. And I had a lovely experience. Uh, getting there, getting to my hotel. It was fabulous. I didn't speak a leak. Well, I do speak some Spanish, I guess. Hola.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Como
But it
está?
was
That's about it.
that's about it. And it was
Okay.
beautiful.
Oh, I didn't share the screen. Pardon me.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
there it is. Yes, there's Rainbow Mountain.
There
So
it
I had
is.
a beautiful, beautiful experience. The atmosphere. What is it? The
Altitude.
altitude sickness hadn't taken hold of me yet.
Oh,
So
nice.
yes, because I was still in awe of everything. And I had a beautiful first day in Peru. I was there. It was only me. Dr. B hadn't gotten there yet. Queen Hadassah hadn't gotten there yet. And I was going to be hooking up with her the next day. So everything was absolutely lovely. And then my beautiful staff at my hotel, they hooked me up. They came, and once the altitude sickness started to take effect, they hooked me up, they tucked me in, they put my oxygen mask on me, and it was beautiful. So everything is lovely.
Yeah, because that whoo, that
Yes,
that air is super thin and
super thin.
hardly
Yes,
any oxygen. You'd be like,
yeah,
all your breathing exercises will come in handy.
yeah.
Whoo.
But oh, lo and behold, I hadn't seen nothing yet. So I get with Dr. B, and we're going to Rainbow Mountain. You know, we get up bright and early.
We're
We
going
so
on an
happy.
adventure on a
We
hero's
taking
call.
pictures. Yeah, we on the journey.
Yeah.
Oh my stars.
Uh-oh.
Doc, Queen Hadassah, you have to, you have to come in for this. We have, we have, so we're on the bus and we're going to Rainbow Mountain. It's just us two, and I think we were the only, tourists going.
This was before the retreat began, right? Y'all
This is
got there early.
before the retreat.
Yeah.
Yes, this is before the
You
retreat.
always want to get there early or stay later and have some adventures.
Yes, and that is what we did. We got there early and we're going, I mean, we drove for hours and we're constantly going up, 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 up. So we're getting sicker by the mile.
Stomach starting to hoo 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 hoo.
Yes, yes, we're getting sicker by the mile, I'm telling you. And then we
Mm.
stop at this little place somewhere in the mountains and they give us some kind of breakfast. And then I think you were talking about the experience with the dog. I had an experience with the dog,
Because you
and
know
he
Peru got plenty dogs. You know, it's
plenty
like
of dogs.
Bali. Bali
Yeah,
got plenty dogs. Yeah.
and
And
we're
none of
all
them are on leashes. All this leash
no,
stuff that
no,
people
no,
do in America,
no.
America is the only crazy place where they're doing all these things to dogs.
They're really
Nowhere
crazy.
planet are they doing any of those things to the
Yes,
dogs. The dogs are living their free dog life.
yes.
Okay, continue.
Yes, no strollers, no clothes for the dog, no baskets for the dog. The dogs are
When
just,
I see dog strollers, okay, I have a dog stroller grievance. Let miracles replace all grievances. Okay, I'm back with you now. I'm back with
yeah,
you.
so we're there. We're okay, and then we're getting back on the bus. And Queen Hadassah and myself, like, we're really sick right now. Like, we're really sick.
After
Um,
the breakfast.
well, I didn't even have any breakfast because there was nothing familiar, and I was like, I don't know, watermelon.
I don't know what any of this food is. That's why I love travel to other places because, yeah, oh, the adventure is on. It's
The
on.
adventure is definitely on. And if you are a person that's stuck in your grievances and you have a grievance about everything, you are not going to make it.
You're going to be
You are
shaken
not
out of
going
all
to
your
have a good time.
grievances. You're going to have a
Yeah.
come to Jesus moment. Yeah.
Yes. Travel is a great way to get rid of your grievances.
It's a great way to get rid of grievances, and it's fun.
Mhm. It
It's
is
so fun.
very fun.
Mhm.
So we go on the bus. I mean, we are so sick, and there's a gentleman that helps us. He gives us some leaves,
Coca
the
leaves.
the coca leaves,
Coca
and
leaves.
he actually used some Florida water too. He gave us some Florida water.
You know,
That's
Florida
good for
water is all over Peru. They use Florida water
yes,
for everything. That is the most varieties of Florida water I've ever seen in one place.
yes. And I have mine here.
Uh,
I always
nice,
have some. So
nice.
he helped us a lot. They even had oxygen on the bus for us as well. And we kind of got ourselves together enough because she was having some experiences. I'm telling you, it was something. And so Queen Hadassah, did you want to talk about that part?
Well, it was definitely, I am an adventurer myself, and
Yeah.
when I came in, I knew Queen came in before me, and I said, I came in and I already knew I wanted to go to Rainbow Mountain, so I booked the trip. So I told Queen Vashti, look, I told her we're going to Rainbow Mountain. It's already booked. I'm not taking no for an answer. We're going. And I did not know what kind of adventure I had signed us up for, but I was glad that I wasn't doing this alone. I had a mighty companion with me, and it was just interesting. We got up like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was dark. We traveled for like 3 hours, and you're right. We had a little breakfast. We didn't even know what it was. We didn't know what they were calling breakfast. It looked bizarre, and I don't think I ate much either. We got. I think overcoming the ability to breathe in that atmosphere was the real challenge for me. And I was really, I think the guy helped us on the way back home. Well, we were going there and no one really helped us. We were on our own. And on the way back, I was even more sick. I don't know what happened, but I know I was ready to pass out. But then
Yep.
the man helped us. I know he must have been some kind of angel, because
Yeah.
whatever he gave us to drink, the cocoa leaves and everything, that thing really worked.
And the coca
And it
leaf tea
revived
is
us. So
helpful
yeah.
too,
And
right?
then we were, come on, continue with the story. Go on.
Yeah. So
Did
we're
y'all have
going
coca
to
leaf tea also? Did that help?
Yeah,
yeah,
we
the
had
coconut
on the
tea.
way back, because I
Okay.
cannot stand the taste of it. It tastes
Yeah.
weird,
It doesn't
but
taste
I
like that.
had it, and
Hmm.
it works.
It
They know
works.
what they're doing.
They know
Yeah, it
exactly what they're
works.
doing.
Yeah, they do. So we're back on the bus and we're approaching Rainbow Mountain. I mean, we're still, going higher and higher.
Easy, going
Oh
higher, higher,
yeah.
higher, stomach
So
turning, can't breathe. Okay.
so she
Did
says to
any
me
thought of I'm about to die come over you, or you weren't at that point
later,
yet?
later,
Oh
definitely
yeah,
later.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good. That means it's working. That means it's working. But
Yes.
like you
So
said, but did
we
you die? No, you didn't die. So you're good.
no.
Good.
So
Yeah, I many
we're
times I thought
getting
I was
there.
going to die in the mountains of Peru. Like, okay, well, this is it. It was a lovely life. This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
This is,
the road.
this is the end of the road. I've reached it.
So
Well, Tell
Yeah,
everybody I said I love them.
yeah. This was great. So we get there, and Queen Hadassah tells me that she's ordered a horse for us. We have horses, and
Oh, it's even better. Now y'all are going to attempt to get on some horses. Okay, continue.
well, and this is my experience because I'm in my own world right here. And as I approach the horse is definitely taller than me.
Well, of
And I
course, you're
and
4'9",
I
but how tall are you?
and I say to spirit, I say, spirit,
Wait a
this
minute. I'm already sick from being high, and I gotta go higher to get on a horse.
I say, spirit, this is not going to work. Queen Hadassah has went to procure our horses, but I'm
Y'all sound
talking,
like you're in the wild. Y'all sound like you're in the Wild West. She went to get us some horses.
and I'm standing there looking at this horse, and I'm like, no, this is not possible. And I said to spirit,
By
this
the
is,
laws of quantum physics, how are you going to get
yeah.
on this horse?
How are we going to get up here? I'm going to get up here. And
Your legs are this tall.
spirit immediately uh, exchanged those horses for two mopeds and two men, and that was great.
Lovely.
Lovely,
Lovely.
lovely, lovely.
Look, the ancestors were cracking up at y'all in the heavens, looking at y'all like, oh, watch this. There's an adventure. There's an adventure on earth. Look, look, look.
Yes,
All the angels, everybody in heaven is cracking up. Then one of the
yes,
ancestors said, let's give them something a little easier. Let's give them some mopeds and some dudes.
yes. Because
Double
I was in my own
Look how
mind.
much it costs.
Yeah,
Look, here's my whole wallet. Here's all my clothes. Just,
yes. And not to mention it's freezing now. Because
Oh,
Queen
yes. Oh,
Hadassah,
great.
she has
Yeah.
on her ski pants and stuff. We're all decked out in white. We're doing this.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
in
you're
white,
doing it. You
you know.
got your lights on. You're all
Yes,
white up. You're on your
yes.
spiritual journey. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
Love
we're
you.
standing out like a
Love you.
sort of course, we're standing out. We're visible.
Yeah. You're the
So
only two on a rainbow of many colors with all white on. I love
yeah.
it. Continue.
So yeah, so we get on the mopeds, and we got these two lovely guys. They're gonna drive us up. We got two mopeds. Now they're not taking us all the way up. They're just
Okay.
assisting us to get to a certain point, and
Okay.
then we're gonna have to walk.
Ooh, so
Okay,
you're
got it.
still going higher.
We're going higher. So we're
Higher.
on the back of the mopeds, and they're just weaving and bobbing and going through, and this is an adventure, and we're happy. So we get up there and they let us off. They're like, okay, we're going to be back to pick y'all up. And we're like, okay, great. Where's Rainbow Mountain? And it was like, no, you got to go up there. So
Wow.
we still have to walk up. Now, Queen Hadassah, she's like moving. She was like a hiker. I told her, just go ahead. I'm going to be all right. And I'm telling you, it was maybe like 3 or 4 steps, and I had to sit down. That's
Yeah.
where I was in my experience. And
Yeah.
she's gone. She's gone like the wind. She's gone on up the mountain, and I'll let her tell you her experience on that part. So I'm walking, and I'm talking to spirit, and I'm saying, well, I mean, I can only take a few steps before I have to sit down and rest. And I was like, but I didn't come all the way here to not see Rainbow Mountain. I gotta see
Yes.
it.
You do all of
Cause you
this.
Yeah,
Turn back. Yeah.
because I can't see it yet. So something there was like a on the side of a cliff. And I was like, wait a minute, is that a trail? Because if I have to go where she went, I don't think so. So there was a little trail going around the mountain. And I said, that's it. I'm going to take the trail around. Well, it still took me time to get there because I'm stopping every 3 to 4 steps.
Just sit
And
down.
yeah, to sit down.
And to really take good care of your body and yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
You
wise.
well,
Yeah.
there's no way. You have to. You
Yeah.
have to stop. So yes, I did think I was gonna die around that time. I was
Yeah.
like, God, you got me up here. You gonna
Okay.
have to get me out of
This is
here.
real. This is it. Yeah.
This is it. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
get me out of here. So I'm on my journey and I get around the bend and finally I see Rainbow Mountain. And
Ooh,
everybody's on this cliff. Now, see, you can go higher, but there are a lot of people on this level. And they're celebrating, and the ladies are there with the llamas, and they have
yay.
some kind of drink, and everybody's celebrating. And you can see the other people walking up the mountain still. So I was thinking, I was just happy and thankful. And I was talking to Spirit and I said, Spirit,. I made it.
Made it.
Um,
Well, let me
but
ask you a question. What was your first impression when you first saw Rainbow Mountain?
it wasn't storybook. I was like, okay, that's
You didn't have one of those, oh,
no,
because
no,
it was too
no.
much going on. What was
It was
happening?
way too much. I was just thankful because I didn't want to go all the way there and not see Rainbow Mountain. So when
Wow.
I finally seen it, I was like, all right, now I done seen it. I can say I done did it. Now we
Oh.
got to get up off here. How we gonna do it? That's where I was with Spirit because I still couldn't hardly breathe. So, but I sat there for a minute and took everything in and, relaxed. And the people were celebrating. Oh, you made it, because you pass people
Yes,
as
you
you're
made
walking.
it. You made
Right. You
it.
pass
Let me plug up my
people.
phone. One moment.
Okay. I'm gonna try to
It's
plug up.
giving me the little signal. Plug me up. Okay, continue.
Mhm. So you meet people while you're walking up the mountain. I'm gonna plug mine up too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You meet people while you're walking, so everybody's happy and everything. So it was
Because
beautiful.
it's a celebration because all of you accomplished it together.
Yes, yes, for sure. And then you see the people that were on the bus with you, but we kind of got a little head start because we were on the moped. Right now, I don't know where Queen Hadassah is. She's off on her journey. I'm off on mine. We don't see each other. We don't know where each other are. We're on our own at this point. So, I see some of the people, they're celebrating everything, but I can still feel that it's time for me to get off the mountain. And time goes fast. You don't know what time it is or anything. Time is constantly moving. You're in a, it's like you're in a different paradigm. It was magical. So I'm up, I'm walking. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take my time. Now when you're in the movies where the person is walking down this skinny little trail that's going around the mountain. And so I'm getting dizzy. So at some point, did we lose coach? At some point, my foot kind of slips. I I'm gonna try to wait and see if she comes back on. Queen Hadassah. I think she went. Her phone died. I think. I think I've. Let's see. Have I lost everyone? Queen Hadassah, are you there? No, because it's Coach's phone. Okay, so it's all good, and we'll try. We'll wait a little bit. I won't go on with the story because this is getting good. But we'll allow the live stream to keep going. So we'll just pause the story right there. We'll pause the story right there for just a moment until she comes back, until we get our clubhousers on. Um, the live stream is still going, so I believe we still have our YouTube and we still have our Facebook Live. But while we're having this little break, I'll just say that, when you're traveling when you're traveling your journey, travel is so key because it's it's really a journey. The spiritual walk is really a journey. And you're going to come across many things during that journey that may not be something that you normally experience in your day to day life. And the reason why we experience those things is because we're out of our comfort zone. And coming out of your comfort zone, it's what's going to assist you with releasing those grievances. I know we have people in the audience that's from all around the globe. And, you know, in America where we are, my life is definitely a lot different, not better. It's different than when I've traveled to Nigeria or when I've traveled to Peru or Mexico or Canada or any of the wonderful places that we travel to, or I've traveled to, because I have gone a couple of places that weren't with the group. But nevertheless, you're still on your spiritual journey. And when you're on your spiritual journey, you're going to, in order to have the best experience, you will have to release those grievances because things are different in other places. And I always say, especially to my children, I always tell them, experience something else. When they were teenagers, experience something else. There's more to life than just this place where we live. There's a place. Oh, one moment. Coach is sending me a message. One moment. Okay. Okay, so I've gotten the message that something has happened with her clubhouse. So I mean, something has happened with her live stream. So I guess we can go ahead and end the live stream here. And if all of y'all hop over to Clubhouse or hop over to, um, oh no, you can stay where you are. I don't know what happened to her live stream, but I'm going to go ahead and get over on Clubhouse and just release those grievances so you can have the best experience as you walk your spiritual path. That's basically what I wanted to say. All right. I'll see you in Clubhouse.